as evident by a huge drop in viewer numbers.
Oh, Charlie, you're such a you just say the names.
Asmond Gold seems
What
to
the?
be the...
Why would he say me? You gonna call me out like that on the video?
I think pretty much on any streaming platform, view botting has been a huge issue. You will see people that blow up overnight, and people wonder, how did you get that clout? No, you didn't get it legit. You didn't clip farm like Queso or Jinxie. No. You're view botting. But again, with platforms like Twitch, view botting is, pretty much confirmed to the point that there is actually an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to what it is. And again, this is something that streamers have used as that kind of weapon, as a kind of gotcha moment, If you don't like a streamer that's blowing up for whatever reason, you accuse them of view botting because it's the thing that you can't really prove that they are view botting or they're not. It's basically the perfect thing to accuse someone of because there's no way that they can actually disprove it properly. You might recall back in March, there was one streamer that actually shown their literal view botting app, and her reaction was basically to just completely laugh it off and carry on with whatever she was doing as well. I feel that that's a really common trend with streamers whenever they get caught doing something like, I gotta call this girl, Clara.
Stop shooting me! Clara, give me 1 second. Let me just message this girl. Why is this on my computer right now? I'm gonna kill this girl. She promised me she didn't use it on my PC.
Or other examples, accidentally showing off things on stream that you shouldn't be showing on stream. Yeah, have you noticed how that hasn't happened now for like the past half a year? Have you noticed? That's the power of buying multiple monitors, so I don't tab out on accident. Think smarter. Now, the problem is with Twitch, even though it is the big dog, the smaller dogs, the gambling dogs, like for example, Kick, which 90% of its income is basically off gambling winnings, they've basically started usurping the market. And they've actually been making some huge strides, even overtaking them in the Spanish-speaking side of the internet. And a lot of the big names in the streaming world are actually going to Kick instead of Twitch, mostly because contracts with Twitch and YouTube, they don't really exist anymore. I think the last YouTube contract that was ever handed out was Ludwig, and they basically admitted that was a massive failure. But Kick, they got that money. They got that gambling money. So they're just dishing it out, and so many streamers are actually jumping over to their platform because, again, you get this huge fat contract for signing up with them. Now, I'm not going to act like Kick is this perfect platform. Believe me, it's not. And as you can tell, the multiple videos that I've made talking about Kick, they definitely have their own problems. They tend to hire a lot more kind of controversial streamers to kind of, they're building up that kind of edgy side of the internet. They're trying to normalize it now, but that's what it was built off originally. Streamers like Neon, for example, he would not survive a single day on Twitch. But on Kick, for example, he will get banned multiple times and still have his account brought back. Now, Twitch, in turn, to try and garner some of that good rep back, they've actually cracked down on bots. And between the 21st and 24th of August, they actually, as soon as they rolled out the changes, saw a 23% decrease of viewers on the platform. Now, I don't need to tell you the cope about Twitch that it is impossible to grow on there. Like, I'm sorry, I hate to admit it. If you're streaming on Twitch alone and you're not doing anything else, you will not grow. It is impossible. People like Queso, people like Jinxie, they stream on Twitch. The only reason they got big is because they clip farmed. And people clipped that, went to those streams. But again, if you don't have that personality, you're just not going to grow on that platform. I remember before I was like soft banned on Twitch, I talked about it before, I can still stream on there. I got less viewers on there in my peak than like my first stream on YouTube. I mean, obviously now I dual stream. I stream on YouTube and I stream on Twitch because I didn't get a contract or anything like that. So I thought, why not? I'll stream on both, because some people will just never go on YouTube. They'll just always have loyalty to Twitch. If you're wondering what the patch on my arm is, by the way, it's a dopamine patch. My mom bought it for me. I don't know if it does anything. Son, you have ADHD. You don't secrete enough dopamine. Take this. Absolutely, Twitch's top 5. Devin Nash put out almost a month ago that because of this change, 80% of Twitch's top 500 streamers were allegedly using view bots. It really does look like his prediction has came true, because looking at the stats now, they're down so much. And immediately out of the gate came XQC, who has been incredibly vocal about this for a while now. You might remember the beef between XQC and Kai Cenat, and this was due to XQC claiming that not Kai Cenat, but his friends at AMP were basically view botting, namely Reggie and Rakai. He dropped this Twitter thread that got like over 5 million views, calling out organizations for view botting their members, much more than any unaffiliated streamers were. And he's saying that this is like huge fraud, because the orgs actually do take a cut of the streamers that they partner with. And again, like if you're a streamer who apparently has their views botted, you will appear a lot more lucrative and attractive to sponsors and brands that want to work with you. And obviously this can be really bad, because you could allegedly fake how many people are seeing this advert if it's sponsored on a stream. And then this also lowers the discoverability of smaller streamers and slashes their potential income. I mean, again, I've talked about this cope before. Like, it is basically impossible to get noticed on Twitch and Twitch alone. Now, XQC did pull up Exhibit A specific example to illustrate his point. He provided an image of someone's stream stats who were getting, highs of 35,000 views and lows of 18,000 per stream. That's insane. I mean, me streaming, I think the peak viewership I've ever had is like when I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and we peaked at about 8 or 9,000 viewers.
Do it, come on. Do it.
Dude, I don't care.
100 streaming world or top 1,000 streaming world. These people are getting well over 10,000 concurrent viewers every single stream. And then if they have like a low day, maybe they'll dip down to 8K. But X claimed that once this Twitch crackdown actually happened, they couldn't even break 10,000 viewers on their 2 follow-up streams. Now, I want to make something very clear and apparent. I have never view-botted in my life, especially on Twitch. If you see me on Twitch, you will see 2 people, usually in chat, just saying I'm a dead streamer. And they have no idea that I stream on YouTube, and I've got like 100 viewers, and they're telling me I've completely fell off. I have fell off, but not in the way that you think. Now, XQC, when he made these claims, he was pretty smart, which, you know, most streamers do, and he didn't name the actual streamer. But again, the internet detectives, they pulled out their monocle, they pulled out their fedora, they pulled out their cigar, their Herman Miller chair to lie back in, and they found out that it was the streamer Your Rage, who's actually a member of FaZe Clan. Now, understandably, Your Rage found out that people were drawing comparisons to him because he was talking about him, and he wasn't very happy about this, so decided to call out XQC. So he claims that the first stream with the lower viewership, it was because of technical issues. The stream was lagging, crashing, and he says it was a bad stream. However, he did end up leaving it up.
That stream is crashing, going crazy. Bad stream. But I leave it up. I don't delete it. I leave it up.
And for the second stream, he didn't say that there were technical issues, but instead the fact that he missed his flight. So the first 2 hours of the stream, he wasn't even there, so it was stuck on a broadcasting screen.
Next stream, sponsored stream. You get me? My flight got delayed, so I wasn't on my stream for the first 2 hours. It was straight broadcast for like an hour and a half. I wasn't there.
And he also says he only actually found out about the people that were accusing him of view-botting is because XQC called him out on Twitter. Even though at the time Your Rage thought that him and XQC were cool.
Chat, open Twitter, and the first thing I see is a notie. It's XQC posting a screenshot of my viewers. In my brain, I'm cool with XQC.
Now, he does push back on the idea of him using ViewBots, saying that since 2017, he's been streaming consistently. It's just that these 2 anomalies that he had lower viewership, they're explainable in their own right, and also they unfortunately happened during the crackdown on Twitch. So it's pretty obvious that people that don't watch Your Rage, they see lower views, and it's like, oh, he's view-botting, lol. But I think he explained both of these pretty fairly. And again, to back up this claim, if you actually go on the same website that XQC was using and you see Your Rage's stats, you'll see that he's done another stream on the 24th, and he's actually back up to regular numbers, hitting 26,000 views. So I think in this instance, it is fair to say that XQC probably jumped the gun a little bit. Now, there have been a number of streamers that have all came out to talk about how they just don't really care at all.
Yeah, because the whole thing is, bro, like...
about the view-botting scandal. Like, for example,
you just
DDG,
pick
not
bad
to be confused with
examples.
DNG, the 2017 mixtape. I know the sad boy subreddit going to be renting after that one.
Yeah, I do not care enough to bot no goddamn view. I do not care that much. I love streaming.
Now, DDG basically said that he didn't.
I wouldn't
if
put
he's
it
being
past
accused of
DDG to
view-botting
view-bot.
because
I'm
he
not
doesn't really
even
care about the
gonna lie,
numbers and he
bro.
likes
I'll
streaming.
say.
I've actually seen this be a pretty common thought with a lot of streamers. I actually remember, I'm not sure why I have this memory, but I remember Filza, who was huge during like 2020 lockdown. He was part of that Minecraft group, like, you know, Tommy in it and Jack Manifold, when Jack obviously did Minecraft content. But I do remember him saying that, like, after the peak and all the views go down, like, what do you do? How do you cope? And I remember him saying, or maybe Tommy said, that you just don't look at the numbers, you just kind of stream. And it's a great way to do it because I feel like a lot of streamers, I mean, I've been guilty of this as well. Like, I've streamed and then I look at the views and then I see that they're like going down after I put on another game or I put on another video. And I just think, okay, I've done something wrong here. I've done something wrong. It's really bizarre. I mean, honestly, I haven't streamed consistently here because I'm still trying to find a good time to stream. At the minute my sleep is cooked, I'm recording this video at
What's
4
up
in the
from
morning,
Russia, bro?
because I just haven't been able to sleep the past couple of nights. I think I've got some
Welcome
kind of
to
like short-term
DFA,
insomnia or
nigga.
something. But I've noticed that when I stream here earlier in the day, the views
What's
are
your name
terrible
is?
because, you know, Euros are asleep, Americans are
Kirsch.
about to sleep. But then if I keep streaming throughout the day, the views
I'ma
actually pick
just
up
say
because the
Kirsch.
Euro pause
What's
and
up,
the
Kirsch?
Americats are actually waking up. So I don't know. I need to find a good time to stream
How your
myself.
day
I think if I
going,
just
twin?
stream in general, it doesn't really matter. Most people can catch it on like the VODs channel or the TV channel anyway. Now, to talk more about the view button situation, on the flip side, you've got other people like Tectone, who apparently likes to watch
What
my
the
videos
fuck?
on stream. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. I like how me making that comment, I've just
I'm
enacted
fine.
war on like
Have you
one
ever
community or
listened
another
to
community.
Russian
Like,
music?
what do you think about this streamer? Jarvis,
Yeah,
pull up the
for sure
Futurama neutral video.
What are your thoughts on
Tell
this
you what,
momentous
not a
occasion?
fan.
Your
I'll tell you what,
youthfulness?
bro.
I have no
We have
strong
listened to
feelings one
all
way or
kinds
the
of
other.
music, Irish, Polish,
Now,
Russian.
Tectone is claiming that despite Twitch's best efforts, bots are still on the platform, and Twitch hasn't really done enough to kind of rectify that. Now, the biggest tools that people have been used to view bot have actually come out in their Discord, and they've actually admitted that Twitch's new regulations have been severely impacting their ability to function and bot streamers. There's also a battle between the two long-haired, bearded men of the internet, that being Moist Critical and Asmond. So obviously Critical put out a video giving his brief overview with what's been going on with Twitch bots, and of course, it being a Critical video, it's done numbers. It's basically became the normalized opinion because anything Charlie says has incredible weight to it, incredible girth, you could say, because he's basically one of the most respected people on the entire platform. To the point that, like, I've seen hate posts of people basically saying Critical when he gives the fence-sitting milk toast take 3 billion and 5, and the top comment is always someone saying, are we really that bored that we're hating on Critical now? Are we really that bored? Now, about halfway through the video where Critical gets to the point that XQC made, Asmongold seems to be a little bit annoyed that Critical won't actually name any names. He basically calls Critical a pussy for not name dropping anything and saying that the only reason that people like Critical over him is because he's the one who has to play the asshole.
In a lot of cases, the recipients of some artificially boosted numbers, as evident by a huge drop in viewer numbers.
Dude, I never realized how alike they look. That's actually fucking insane.
Charlie, you're such a p***y. Just say the names.
They
Just say
actually
who
look
it
like
is.
fucking
Just
brothers,
say it.
bro.
Just say the number went
I
down.
never
That doesn't
realized,
mean that
bro.
they did it. Just say the number. Like, why is he? Just do it. Is this the reason why people like him and hate me? It's because I'm the one that's the asshole.
You know, he's almost talking about it like it's this Batman and Joker dynamic, like the Joker doesn't actually want to be the Joker. You know the ending of Batman the Killing Joke, where they basically both just laugh and reconcile their differences, but the Joker knows that he's too far gone to become a good person? That's how Asmongold feels, apparently?
You don't need to be alone. We don't have to kill each other. It's far too late for that.
But the ironic thing is, you know, Asmongold calling out Critical for not naming names. As soon as he unpauses the video, he immediately name drops OTK.
Namely, OTK. Seems
What
to
the?
be the...
Why would he say me?
And also, he names Asmongold directly.
What a fucking asshole, bro. Like, you gonna call me out like that on the video?
Another channel people have been paying very close attention to is Asmond Gold.
So,
He's one of the
wait.
biggest-
I love how he was accurate in not categorizing me with OTK. Good one.
As people that have been hit the hardest by the bot crackdown. And, you know, he goes from, like, being annoyed that he's not naming names to being annoyed to being called out. But then he's also came out to publicly say that he agrees that, with 95% certainty, that his account is being view-botted.
His account was probably botted. He believes with 95% certainty.
Oh, so he's using the source of me being botted as me? Oh, well. Yeah, I did say that. It's demoralizing to see that a lot of your popularity was artificial, or at least it seemed to be. It sucks. It does. It sucks. But you know what else sucks? A lot of things. And you know what you do? You suck it up.
So for the question that's really on everyone's minds here...
Wait. I'm lost. So this nigga admitted to getting view botted. Watch the video of a nigga talking about view bots. Upset that he's not naming the names of those who are being view botted. And then the second he unpauses after that complaint, he gets what he wishes for. A name, and that name happens to be his group. And then that name happens to be him. And throws a hissy fit. Proving why the nigga should have never named names in the first place, because that's how niggas react when their name gets dropped. First of all. Second of all, to find out you admitted it and you're mad that he's using you as evidence when you're the one that said, yeah, that's me, bro. That's like me saying I got cancer and being mad when they put up top 10 underground Twitch cancer survivors. You know what I'm saying?
Are streamers actually view-botting? Now, I definitely think there is some view-botting at play.
I feel like we're
biggest
just
thing to determine here
glazing
is
over
if
this-
the streamers
glazing
themselves
over
are
this
actually aware of
Asmongold
it
part.
and they're going
Too
ahead with
fast.
it, like using programs themselves or paying people themselves to bot these streams. Because obviously having someone like artificially make the numbers go up, that's pretty bad, right? That's almost a little bit villainous because a streamer might not want...
Okay, let's see what's going on, bro. Let's watch something else. Let's really get into this shit. Flat reaction Ronnie 2K beef explained. We already know this. Kills are